Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video I'm talking to you more about email outreach. Now if you watched last week's video, you'll see that I highlighted the two different processes that tend to take place within email outreach. You've got the standard method where you go away, find a business, personally email them, wait for a response, maybe you get a response, maybe you don't, and then you move on to the next one, and it's quite a manual process. I also then touched on the personalized email automation process that I use within the agency, which allows us to target hundreds of businesses if you wish with a personalized email template, and that then improves your chances of generating meetings and hopefully closing clients. Now I had a few questions saying, well, how do you go about doing that? So today's video I'm going to be talking to you step by step how you go about getting your lead list, implementing it into GMass, and also how you go about creating automated follow-ups so you don't have to keep track of what businesses have or have not responded, because as you can imagine, when you're outreaching to hundreds of businesses, even if you were trying to track it on a spreadsheet, it could be a minefield. So there's a way of automating that too. Now before we jump into the video, I just wanted to say that over 90% of you who are watching the content haven't yet subscribed. So if that is you, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, you'll be notified of all these future releases. And if you like the content, give it a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you are looking to improve your web design game and receive tips or just get direct access / communication to myself, I have launched a new Facebook group. It's called Web Design in Elementor. There's a link down to it in the description, so go and check that out as well. So guys, also what I've done is I've included a couple of script email templates that have worked really well for me in the past in trying to secure meetings. So if you want those, there's also a link down in the description. Just click on those and we can send you those via email. Now without further ado, let's jump on the machine and run you through the email sequence step by step. Okay, cool. So here we are on D7 Lead Finder. So if you're going down the route of trying to generate mass leads, then this is a great tool. I'm not saying it's the best, it's just the one that I actually use. There are loads of other lead generation tools out there, but this one is definitely one of the best. And you can just see from this video here that it just provides you with a list of contact details for business types within a specific location. So you could search for dentistry within London, for example, and it's going to pull out a load of businesses within that sector, and then you can get that in the form of a spreadsheet which we can use to send emails to. So guys, there's something really important that I failed to include when originally recording this video, and that is if you are going to use a mass lead list to start sending on automated emails out to, then you're going to want to get yourself a brand new domain name and a brand new email account. And the reason for this is when you send emails out at mass, you have a higher chance of getting a few bounce backs. And if you get bounce backs on a consistent basis, then the chances are your email account might become damaged. And at some point your emails are going to start hitting people's spam folders. Sometimes that happens. And if that is going to happen, you want to make sure that it's not happening to your main active email inbox. So get yourself a brand new domain name, because the email attaches to the domain, not the actual email address. So get a brand new domain and set up a brand new email inbox. Once you've done that, you're going to want to start warming that email up. And what I mean by this is just email a few people, wait for a response, maybe sign up to a few newsletters as well, and they will email you their news items on a daily basis. And that just creates a little bit of activity in the account, so it doesn't look as if you've just created it to start mass emailing out, which is obviously what you've done. So that's just one quick little tip to get around that. So if you are using mass email outreach from a lead list, get yourself a brand new domain name. In order to send mass email out, we're going to need to use a tool called GMass, and this is a mail merge tool. So this is what's going to allow us to pull all of the email addresses and the names and the contact information from a spreadsheet, and then we can basically send one email template out to all of them. It doesn't do that old school method where it sort of copies everybody in and everyone can see who the email has been sent to, like the old school chain mails that used to go around. This will send an individual email to an individual email address. So it's a real smart way. So GMass is going to be great. Head up to add to Gmail, and that's going to add it to your Gmail account. What do we do then once we've got that added? Well, if you've downloaded the spreadsheet, you're going to have all of your fields populated anyway. But you can also go down the route of just manually creating a spreadsheet and then using GMass to send it out to 10, 20, 30 or people if you want to. I find either way that you decide to do it is still way more efficient. So even if you are going to Google, you can find the business name, find the owner of the business, find out the contact details, find out the email, things like that, and just populate it in the spreadsheet. So within the spreadsheet, if we start with our top field of business name, and then if we put first name, obviously we need an email address. You could add other fields like web URL if you wanted to, but what I found is these are the most obvious fields that you would probably need to send an email to, because you need to know the email address that you're sending it to. It's always nice to know the name of the person because it adds that level of personalization. And I've put first name here because it kind of comes across a lot friendlier. If you were to say Joe, like hi Joe, rather than hi Joe Blogs. Joe Blogs, or using a surname, sounds incredibly formal. Let's just make these bold because this is our header field. So let's just put in a fake company name. Let's go with Joe, and let's just put an email address in. So, and then you can just go and find another one. Cool Cats and Kittens. If anyone's watched the Tiger King, you'll know that reference. Carol at tigers.com. And then let's just put in a random third one. So as you can see, even if you were to go to Google and try and find businesses within your niche and pull out contact details, this is still going to be a very quick, efficient way to form a lead list. So now that you've got your lead list, we need to save this. So one thing I didn't mention earlier was we're actually using Google Sheets here. So GMass works with Gmail, and Gmail is able to go and find the Google Sheets that we've created and pull them in. So it's nice that it kind of consolidates and keeps everything in one place within the G Suite or Google Suite, however you want to say it. So here, once you've got your leads, now this might be by way of you formulating them yourself, or whether you've got a lead list from the likes of D7 Lead Finder, you're still going to have a bunch of fields up here with custom data for each row. So this is at a bare minimum what we need. So head over to Gmail, and now you'll see that I'm in the snoozed folder, just so I don't have to hide my emails or anything like that. But when you have GMass installed, you'll see these extra fields up here. Now what you need to do is click connect an email list in a Google Sheet. So we click that, and then within this pop-up, click Google Sheets, and we've got this one here, which is essentially the most recent sheet that we have created. Now also within your Google Sheets, if you've got multiple tabs down here, like maybe you've got quite an extensive lead list and you want to categorize them, you would just select the category from this point. So connect the spreadsheet. Cool, and you'll see that it's pulling in 3 recipients, and that's because we've got 3 emails here, and it's intuitive enough to know that it's looking for an email field, and it's going to pull those in by default. Now this is now where the magic happens. So let me just grab, here we just have like a template email. So you'll see here we've got hi first name. So let me just delete that and show you how this works. Now first of all, you'll notice by connecting the spreadsheet, it's got rid of the default send button, so we won't mistakenly send this email. So that's quite clever. By hitting this GMass button, it's going to send that email. But if we hit this down arrow, and then where it says personalize here, if we click the drop down, you'll see that it's bringing in the 3 fields that we have available in our spreadsheets. We've got business name, first name, and email address. So here we've got business name, first name, email address. So if we select first name, what it does, it copies the right mail merge tag to your clipboard. So we can click here, and we can put hi first name, and it puts it in these curly braces. So now when we send this email, it's going to say hi, and what it will do, it will find the first name, so it will say hi Joe, then the next email will say hi Carol, and the next email will say hi Michael. So that's awesome. Now the next one within our email is we've got company name. Now this kind of adds towards that level of personalization, so we're including the company name that we're reaching out to within the body of the email, so it doesn't look like a completely plain bog standard template that we are pinging out to loads of businesses. And the more customization that you can do with this, the better. But again, I'm just keeping this dead simple. So company name, if you want, you can delete that, click the down arrow, click business name, click within there and paste, and basically what I would do now is just bring in the business name. So like I say, you can customize this as much as you like. What you can also do is, let's say we wanted to use the first name within the subject as well, so you can put I have a couple of questions for you, and then you can put in the first name like so. So again, very personalized when you're sending an email. So now that you are ready to send, the next thing that is great with GMass is being able to auto follow up. So if you are sending out hundreds of emails, it's going to be near impossible for you to keep on top of whether they've replied or not, whether you should follow up. So what you can do is click this down arrow, and there's an auto follow-up section. Now I do believe that this is just available with the Pro membership, but if you are outreaching quite a bit via email, I think it's about $10 a month or something like that, maybe £10, don't quote me on that, but it's still very much worth the money if you are using it. So you can set a auto follow-up to say if they don't reply within 2 days, you can send this follow-up here, and you can just put the text in. So I've got hi, hope you're well, are you available to discuss this below this week? And I've also got sent from my iPhone. It kind of makes it it reassures them that you are a real human being, and you're sending it from your phone. Stage 2, if no one replies within 4 days, you could just hit them with another email. Here I'm just saying I'm keen to speak with them. If it's easier, you can book a call within my calendar. Ultimately, that's what we're trying to do here, is get them on a call. And then you can go to stage 3 if you want to, but I'm usually happy with just 2 follow-ups. Once you've finalized your follow-ups, you can even go as far to say, like setting a schedule, saying you could skip weekends, so no one really reads their emails on a weekend. You can set a speed between how many emails are sent, and also you can say, well, I want it to send this email tomorrow morning at 8 AM or tomorrow afternoon, and things like that. So there's a lot of flexibility and opportunity with this program. So essentially, once you're ready to go, you'd hit that GMass button, and it's going to send what looks like a personalized email to just that individual business owner. And if they haven't responded in 2 days, they're going to get hit with a follow-up. And again, if they haven't responded after 4 days, they're going to get hit with another follow-up. And now they'll get those follow-ups as long as they haven't responded. If they respond, the sequence sort of breaks with them, and they won't then receive your follow-up. So it's really, really handy. Yeah, ultimately the purpose of this email is to try and get them to agree to a Loom video, and it's the part of that process that we're automating in order to get as many responses as we can. And the more people that respond saying yes to the video, we can then add value to them, and the chances are once you've sent them the video, you will then get them on a call, and you have a much better chance of closing them. So this is the tool that I use, GMass, in order to send mass email. And once you're ready, you would just hit that GMass button there, and it's going to send those emails out. Now I'm not going to hit that because there's not real data here. So guys, hopefully you have found that really useful. Hopefully now you understand the step-by-step process of sending a personalized email template out to hundreds of businesses, and you can confidently go away and do that now. Also, as I mentioned in the video, there is a link down below that's going to give you access to a few of the email scripts that I've been using within the agency that have been working really well for me. So if you want to just go and grab and swipe those, just click the link, fill in your email address, and you'll be sent those via email. So hopefully you'll find that really useful too. Remember, if you like the video, please subscribe. Really appreciate everyone that's following my content, and I will be back next week with a brand new video. Thanks.